It's been exactly 2 weeks. 14 days since the woman I've loved for 8.5 years, 2.5 of which we were married, looked me in the eyes and said, "I want a divorce." She wasn't angry. She wasn't emotional. Just steady, calm. Like someone who had rehearsed the words in the mirror for weeks and finally got them to land without trembling. She told me she knew it must feel like it came out of nowhere for me. And she was right. It absolutely did. But then she added something that has haunted me since. I've felt something's been off for a while. Maybe even before we got married. We just bought a house in January. We had been trying to get pregnant. We have 2 dogs we call our practice babies. We co-own a business together. We were building a life, or at least I thought we were. And just like that, she said it was over. My first instinct was to act. That's how I've always coped with stress. Do something. Fix it. Fill the space. So I joined a running club. I booked a therapist. I started reconnecting with friends I hadn't talked to in years. I journaled. I meditated. I meal prepped. I decluttered my closet. I did everything you're supposed to do when your life falls apart. But today, 14 days later, it hit me like a freight train. No amount of doing changes the reality. The relationship I thought would be my forever is dead. No, she's not dead. I'm not dead. But we? The we that built a home, dreamed of a family, picked out wallpaper together. Gone, dead. No funeral. No closure. Just the sound of the front door closing behind her as she left to stay with a friend. I thought I'd cry more. I really did. But instead, I just feel hollow, ungrounded, floating in some cruel space between confusion and freedom. Like I've been dropped into a new life I never signed up for, and no one gave me a rule book. The cruelest part? I had just returned from a 7-day ayahuasca retreat when she told me. No joke. I'd spent a week in the jungle staring into the abyss of my soul, vomiting up decades of trauma, facing my fear of abandonment, surrendering to the chaos of life, only to come home to the biggest abandonment I've ever known. The universe has a twisted sense of humor. One of the biggest lessons from that retreat was that I try to control too much. That control is the root of so much suffering. Another was that I need to explore my abandonment wound more deeply. Well, check and check. The universe delivered. I guess I should be grateful. I got the ultimate spiritual challenge. Try letting go of control when your entire world is burning down. Before all this, my purpose felt clear. Make money. Support a family. Be a great husband. Be an even better dad. Now I wake up, walk past the empty side of the bed, stare at my dogs, and wonder if they miss her too. I sit on the couch and stare at the spot where she used to curl up with her tea and fuzzy socks. I open the fridge and see her favorite oat milk, still untouched. I walk through a life that still looks like ours, but isn't. There's grief that comes with death, but there's a different kind of grief that comes from losing someone who's still alive. I can't explain it well. It's like every memory of us has sharp edges now. Every corner of the house feels like a landmine. A song, a smell, a blanket, everything drags me back to a moment I didn't realize was the last. Our last trip to the lake. Our last Sunday pancakes. Our last fight. God, if I had known it was the last, I would have fought differently. Or maybe not at all. But I didn't know. She did. She knew. And I didn't. And that hurts more than anything. I've been journaling every day. One prompt at a time. Some days it helps. Some days it makes it worse. But I do it anyway. I write about the good times. The times I messed up. The compromises I made. The ones she made. What I learned. What I didn't learn until too late. And through it all, I keep catching myself thinking, if I journal enough, if I meditate enough, if I go to therapy enough, maybe I'll be healed. Maybe I'll be okay. But healing isn't a checklist. Grief doesn't have a finish line. There's no shortcut through this. What hurts the most isn't that she left. What hurts the most is how final it feels. She didn't say, I need space. She didn't say, let's try therapy. She said, I want a divorce. Full stop. I asked if there was someone else. She said no. And I believe her. This isn't about another man. This is about a woman who woke up one day and realized she didn't want this life anymore. And you know what? I get it. Sort of. We got comfortable. We stopped asking each other big questions. We prioritized the mortgage over intimacy. We became business partners instead of lovers. But I always thought we'd find our way back. That's what love is, right? You get lost sometimes, but you find your way back. You choose each other, again and again. I didn't realize she had stopped choosing me a long time ago. I keep replaying this one moment. It was a random Tuesday night. We were folding laundry. She looked at me and said, "Do you think we're happy?" I laughed and said, "We're tired, not unhappy." I wish I hadn't laughed. I wish I'd looked up from the socks and asked, "Why do you ask?" I wish I'd looked into her eyes. Maybe nothing would have changed, but maybe something could have. This isn't just the end of a relationship. It's the end of a version of me. The version who believed in forever. The one with a 5-year plan. The one who thought love was enough. Now I'm just here, half of myself, still showing up to meetings, still answering emails, still smiling when people ask how I'm doing. But inside, I feel like a ghost in my own life. And the weirdest part? There's no villain here. She didn't cheat. I didn't cheat. No screaming. No betrayal. Just a quiet, slow drift. And then a single sentence that shattered everything. That's the hardest kind of heartbreak to explain. When there's no bad guy, the pain has nowhere to go. People keep telling me, "You'll come out stronger. You'll find someone better. Everything happens for a reason." I know they mean well. But when your life has exploded into a million pieces and you're sitting in the rubble, that's the last thing you want to hear. I don't want someone better. I wanted her. I wanted us. I wanted the life we were building, even if it wasn't perfect, even if it needed work. I don't know what comes next. Maybe I move out. Maybe we sell the house. Maybe we fight over the dogs. Maybe we don't. Maybe we find our way back. Maybe we don't. I'm not writing this for advice. I'm writing this because I needed to say it out loud. And this screen is the only thing that won't try to fix me. If you're reading this and you've been through something similar, I see you. I feel you. And I hope one day we both wake up and the weight on our chest feels just a little bit lighter.